we won. But you can't ignore the pain that was inflicted on millions and millions of Americans. Those of us who are white and kind of privileged or have a really good life, a comfortable life, there are people going to bed in America tonight that are really frightened. And we just pass it off as well, if the election, nice going. It's not a political discussion. There are kids that are either, I'll let you speak for yourself, whether it's African American, Hispanic, Muslim, etc. We're not making this up. They're scared, and we have to come to grips with that. That's not just, well, gee, I wish I could get a better job.
Okay, you're referring to Midwin Charles here, writer for the Huffington Post. In essence, you're a legal analyst, you're a radio host. You have said you don't necessarily want to stay in a country which has Donald Trump as the president. Are you frightened?
Well, I mean, I say that in jest. I mean, listen, I'm not going anywhere. Yeah. I'm a Brooklyn girl, born and raised, and no one's chasing me out of Brooklyn. I'm going to say that. I just find this astounding. I am just still processing it. And I think one of the things that Jerry just said really rings home in the sense where we have all watched, the world has watched for about a year and a half, Donald Trump consistently, not just once, not just twice, but consistently say things that have alienated certain groups of people at his own doing. And I understand why he did it, because this is how he galvanized his base, okay?
Alienated groups of people.
Of course.
And attracted people.
Exactly.
But that's not good.
Exactly.
Well, hold
exactly.
on.
That's not good.
That's not a good thing.
That's
We
not a
don't
good
want
thing.
people to.
How about when Hillary Clinton talked about the basket of deplorables? But
Okay.
also,
Anything else?
if these
Has
people are
anybody
so
been beaten up
scared,
at her rallies?
if people are
Has
so
anybody been
scared, you know
pushed
what's to
around
blame
at
for
her
that? The
rallies?
media. The media has made this into a big spectacle. Again, they deflect the nation's attention away from the issues and on to comments Trump made 10 years ago, sometimes more longer.
No, he made comments last week.
When he was talking about the issues, it was enough to get people concerned, though, wasn't it? The way that he talked about how to deal with Mexicans who he blamed for being criminals.
That was taken out of context.
Muslims
No, they were
and
using
the ban on
Muslims.
Muslims.
No, the media played one little clip over and over. When you listen to that comment in context, what he was talking about was illegal immigrants who cross our border illegally, and they come in, they commit crimes, some of them kill American citizens, and then our government often releases them from prison onto U.S. soil. That is a problem that he was addressing. He was not saying all Mexicans were rapists. That's ridiculous, and Americans are smart enough to see through that.
And what about when he said a federal judge could not be impartial and just because of the fact that he had...
I disagree with.
Because of the
that
fact,
I disagree
But that's
with.
my point. He has been consistently making comments like that to sort of divide the country.
Okay, but let me point out the bleeding obvious here, which is he won. So we can all relitigate the campaign.
No one doubts that.
No, but my point
no
being,
one doubts
So
that.
this these messages appealed and worked.
Exactly. That's my point.
I think
because he didn't have a ground
Let me finish
game.
my point.
He ran a very unconventional
Let me finish my point. I am here, okay?
We are in no doubt, Piers, that you're
It's
here.
fine. Here's my point, is that very similar to what happened with the EU referendum in Britain, is that anybody that attached themselves to the Brexit campaign, like anyone who attached themselves to Trump, was immediately branded by the more establishment people on the other side as racist, xenophobic, sexist, stupid, ignorant, bigoted, blah, 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 of which some of them clearly were. But many millions of people actually saw something else in the EU referendum and see something else in Trump, which doesn't make them automatically racist, ignorant slobs, pigs, and so on. And part of the unification, I think, of America now has got to be an understanding of both sides, that now everyone comes together and moves on. And I think you've got to give Trump a bit of time now to be President Trump, not candidate Trump, because the two may be very different things.
Yeah.
Well, let's wait and see, because your message, not you, but Trump's message for the past year and a half, again, and I have to belabor this point, has been quite consistent with respect to how he feels about certain groups of people. So now you're telling me that we are all supposed to magically believe that tomorrow or January 20th, when he takes that oath, all of a sudden he'll be a different person. Well, then what happens to his base who wanted that person who was running for a year and a half? He's going to have to deliver to them as well.
We have to take a break.